using the Task Manager. The Task Manager is used in several places of the program. First, let's do something simple, and then we'll enter in more advanced features. Here at the top of the Task Manager, we have the strategy status. The strategy status is a simple way to find or to know what is the status of interaction with the prospect or client. For example, if it is a qualified lead, or if it is in negotiation or fulfillment, all these dormant, imminent, and then you can search by that if you want to find all your clients that had imminent closing, for example. Then to change this list, you go to the setup, go to list, and here in the strategy status you can have up to 40 different strategies that you can enter. The simplest way to use the Task Manager is by clicking the plus sign. So here you click the plus sign. Depending if you are an executive or an administrator, you will be able to choose from an agent or choose yourself only. If you are an agent, you have the choice only to add yourself as the task for yourself. So in this case, I'm going to add it for self. And so here I will type whatever, follow up with a prospect, and then I need to enter the action date. I can accomplish this in many ways. One way would be by opening the calendar and simply putting the date I want. Another way is just by clicking this button. This button has a different functionality depending if I'm clicking Shift Control or Shift Control. If I just click the button, it will set today's date. If I click with Shift, it will set tomorrow's date. And if I click with Control only, it will set next week. And if I click with Control and Shift, it will set a month from today, and so on and so forth. I can click right now, I can click Shift, and it will go day by day from the previous date. So it's intelligent in the sense that you can set any date very quickly if you remember these shortcuts. I'm going to do it for today. If you notice, if I do it for today, this action field tells you that the task is due for today. Then I can assign a time or not. If I want to assign a time quickly, like for example, we talk to a prospect, that the prospect tells you call me in half an hour, then you click half an hour, and automatically tells you, actually enters the time, half an hour directly without waiting. Or you can select the time from the list, or even you can type the time to be exact. The Task Manager in the program works a little bit different than in other programs, in the sense that personally I think that pop-ups are not a good idea. So I developed this system that you need to click the Find Pending Today by clicking this button to select which task you have pending for today. Please notice that when the time is higher than the current time, the action field tells us there is no action for today, which in reality is no action at this moment. So it's going to be an action for the future. Also, we can find the pending actions for today by clicking these 4 buttons. These will select define the actions, the tasks for today based on the Eastern time or the Eastern time zone Central, Mountain, and Pacific. These time zones are here at the left, and in a previous lesson we learned that we can, by clicking this button, we can set automatically, or we can do it manually, the time zone either for the current record or for selected records by clicking Shift. So this way you can, very simple, when you are on the phone and you want to call, when you finish on the phone, you click File Pending Today and you go to the next one, and so on and so forth. When you click the Done key, you can, depending if you are an administrator or an executive, you can mark this task as done for the current record or for selected records. But if you are an agent, you can do it only for the current record. So I click Done. Now the task is clear and it has been recorded here in the history as done, who did it and when. Now I'm going to create another one for self. I'm going to put again follow up, and in this case I'm going to show you the different priorities. This field is very important because in some cases you want to have a pop-up. Normally you don't have a pop-up with this system because, again, in my opinion, is not a good idea. You don't want to have a bunch of pop-ups all the time. When you have time to do your next task, you're gonna click File Pending Today. And of course, once you click File Pending Today, for example, I click right now, I find only this one, and if I found, I can see how many I have here. If I had more than one, probably this will be the oldest, but if I want to do more, if I want to maybe browse how many transactions, how many tasks I have, I can go to the list view and check either in 3-line view, which gives me more text here. By the way, in this when I have this field, it tells me the priority here, and if it's to do right now, and also how many tasks this line has. So it might have more than one. Or I can see it in 1-line view, which allows me to have more records here. Now, if I click the clear button, obviously it's going to clear this. And also I can use this date button to simply add something else, like for example, another agent at a later time possibly can add a note. Maybe a receptionist took the call and can leave you a message in the same task, and when and who did it, with the initials who did it, just by clicking this button date, and it's gonna be like a addendum to this task, like a note to a note. I'm going to delete a little bit this. Also, it's possible to highlight, so to speak, for example, words or paragraph, complete paragraph with a different color by highlighting the text and clicking a color to highlight certain. As you can see, this pop-up had been popping up, telling us the different options, or reminding us of how this system works. And we're going to see that later, which is very special. Okay, now again, talking about the priority one, if I had priority 3 and I click this, obviously we're not going to find anything. If I put priority 1, on the other hand, it will find only the ones with priority 1. In this case, this one. Now, in some cases, we like to have a pop-up telling us that we have a priority action. Well, in order to do that,